Nike struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal.
Big WNBA star Aja Wilson just went totally crazy on Caitlin Clark. She tried to get Caitlin kicked out of the league forever. You won't believe this. Wilson, who is supposed to be the best player in the league, actually thought she could get rid of the most exciting new player like it was no big deal.
Great, but that's the issue though. I don't understand this. Many of these people, like Asia, are so used to being able to dispense and force white guilt upon others that when people don't comply, then it becomes something they...
But wait, it gets even crazier. Weirdly enough, Aja got lucky. The biggest deal out there for athletes, you know, the Nike sponsorship, was taken from Clark and handed to Aja on a silver platter. Why? People started calling Caitlin far too scandalous, so Nike wanted to play it safe.
So why in the world are they being so quiet about Caitlin? Either one, there's some stuff going on behind the scenes at Nike. Their stock has dropped like 20% this year. I know that they have fired people, hired new people, like there's a lot of moving parts. That to me, I know they're blaming some of it on that, but that seems to be such a small, minor detail when you have the gold mine that is.
Now, all fingers are pointing at Aja, saying she caused all this drama, but she's acting as if she's done nothing. She's running around saying, "What did I do?" Everything, Aja. Literally everything.
And as I talked about last week, based off the Ethan Strauss deal, Asia Wilson has a signature shoe and logo with Nike. No one's gonna buy her shoe, no one cares, but Nike's bending over backwards trying to please Asia Wilson and Don Staley and the whole BLM crowd. We gotta promote Asia.
Allow me to tell you what's really happening here. Aja said Caitlin Clark and other white players were getting special treatment, only because they were white. Yeah, she actually pulled the race card, and people are not happy about it. There's even a video going around where Aja is wagging her finger at her own teammate, Kelsey Plum, looking all smug, like she thinks she gets to decide who deserves what in the league.
Us as black women, Paige reminds me a lot of you. Like, you say you're not really about me. And she knows how her privilege has gotten her to that point. And also, like, she's good at basketball, obviously. But, like, she understands her privilege. It's like what pushes her over the top, in a sense. It reminds me a lot of you. And I think...
It's pretty ridiculous when you think about it, but this is literally just the beginning of the story, and it's already wild. Aja Wilson, the player everyone looked up to, is now in trouble because she tried to push out the new kid on the block. And why? Because Caitlin Clark is just so good. She's making the star players nervous. Now, you're probably wondering why the league's best player would get jealous of a rookie. Well, here's the thing. Caitlin Clark isn't just any rookie. She's breaking records left and right, hitting three-pointers like they're nothing, and drawing in more fans than Aja has seen her whole career. But instead of being happy for the league, Aja is acting like Caitlin's success is somehow unfair.
Compliment that she understands her white privilege?
I mean, what is she really saying? Like, hey, white girl, you know what, you cracker-ass cracker? You have a lot of white guilt, and I approve.
She's saying it's all because of white privilege. Can you believe that? Caitlin's playing in a league where most players are black, and she's still stealing the show. That's not privilege, that's talent.
Women have done... This girl is incredible. What she did in college for women's basketball, what she's doing in the WNBA.
She turned the Fever, we're 1-8.
Let's talk about real privilege for a second. Aja went to fancy private schools and had top-notch training her whole life. The WNBA practically rolled out the red carpet for her. Caitlin, on the other hand, worked her butt off to get where she is. Every bit of attention she's getting, she earned it. But Aja can't handle that. She's trying to make it look like Caitlin's entire career is some kind of handout. It's like she thinks she gets to decide who's worthy in the league.
When I watch her, two things I like. She's playing much faster.
Yeah.
Much faster. She was playing too slow the first half of the season.
I think she was tired. I think she was banged up from the college.
Newsflash, Aja, the WNBA is already full of amazing black athletes. When a white player like Caitlin stands out, it's because she's just that good. And guess what? People are getting really fired up about this. It's not just Caitlin's fans. Even big names in the black community are calling Aja out. Guys like Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith, you know, those sports guys who are always on TV, they're saying Aja's way out of line.
It's all orchestrated, what they're doing. None of this is on accident. It is absolutely, every bit of it is orchestrated. And it goes beyond trying to destroy Caitlin Clark. The real agenda is to destroy free speech.
Down under. Go to the Las Vegas A's superstar, Asia Wilson. You know I got a soft spot for that girl. She came through for me in the Celebrity All-Star game on ESPN a few years back in Chicago when the NBA collaborated with Mike Wilbon to rig stuff against me. She was the only one that showed up. She was the only one that showed up. I always loved.
These guys aren't just random people with opinions. They're respected black analysts, and they're backing Caitlyn because they see how talented she is. But Aja's too caught up in her own story to see it. This whole thing is getting personal, and it's not a good look for Aja. She's gone from being the league's golden girl to someone more interested in trash-talking a rookie than playing basketball. It's kind of sad when you think about it. Now, let's talk about why Aja is so rattled by this new kid on the block. It's about more than basketball. Caitlyn Clark is shaking up Aja's whole world. First, look at the numbers. Caitlyn's WNBA playoff games were averaging 1.8 million viewers. That's according to ESPN. And Aja's? They barely got 900,000 viewers. That's right, Caitlyn is pulling in double the audience, leaving Aja in the dust.
Angel Reese game is 10,100, 10,200. They come to watch her. You know what the average attendance is when Caitlyn Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300.
Wow.
Okay? 15,000.
But here's the kicker. Caitlyn isn't just popular with one kind of fan. She's bringing in all kinds of people. Kids, older folks, and even black fans who think Caitlyn's the real deal.
Any of these reasons, but because they understand their privilege and they use their privilege wisely, and that's why they get the coverage and shine that they're getting. They don't deserve it. It's their privilege, right?
Aja keeps waving around this privilege thing like it's a magic wand, hoping people will believe Caitlyn's only successful because she's white. But guess what? Nobody's buying it. People can see Caitlyn's talent for what it is.
But especially Caitlyn Clark. Caitlyn Clark is coming. Some people think she's already arrived. I don't. I think she's going to be even better. And I think that what she has done for women's basketball, especially in this country, has been phenomenal. There is no woman.
Want more proof? Ha 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 ha. Look at jersey sales. Caitlyn's Indiana Fever jersey was flying off the shelves across the country just weeks after she started playing. Fanatics, the big sports merchandise company, couldn't keep them in stock. Meanwhile, Aja's jerseys, not so hot. Now, here's where it gets really messy. Word on the street is that Aja's using her MVP status to play games behind the scenes. There's a report that got leaked to The Athletic, a sports news website, saying Aja's been secretly talking to WNBA officials. She's been telling them not to focus too much on Caitlyn because she's too controversial. Come on, Aja. We all know what's really going on here. It's not about controversy. It's about Aja seeing the writing on the wall. Caitlyn Clark is about to become the new face of the WNBA, and Aja is doing everything she can to stop it.
Angel Reese game is 10,100, 10,200. They come to watch her. You know what the average attendance is when Caitlyn Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300.
Wow.
Okay? 15,300.
But Aja's not just doing this in secret. Back in August 2024, at a big WNBA marketing meeting, Aja tried to shut down a whole campaign that was going to show off Caitlyn's amazing, record-breaking plays.
It's noise that I don't really listen to, honestly, because I'm in season. I have other things that we need to worry about than what other people have to say. So I really can't give you the best answer on that because I really don't pay any attention to it.
She wasn't alone. Alyssa Thomas and a few other veteran players backed her up. They said the league should promote its MVPs and veteran players first. Sure, Aja, we see through you. This isn't about promoting veterans. It's about stopping Caitlyn from outshining you.
Caitlyn Clark continues to set the bar when it comes to her impact on female athletics. She's got one of the hottest selling jerseys in sports, y'all, according to Fanatics.
Now, let's talk about the big money stuff. This drama isn't just on the court. It's hitting players' wallets too, and you won't believe what's going down with Nike.
Would be a feat. But in addition to the jersey sales, Clark now has an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike that will include her own signature shoe. The deal is the richest sponsorship contract for a women's basketball player. She deserves it! She deserves it!
Earlier this year, Nike threw a massive deal at Caitlyn Clark, $28 million over 8 years. That's huge money for a WNBA player. They even gave her something special, her very own shoe line. That almost never happens for rookies. Nike was all in on Caitlyn, thinking she'd be their next big star. But then, out of nowhere, Nike hit the brakes. They suddenly stopped promoting Caitlyn, and guess who swooped in to take her spot? Yep, Aja Wilson. Talk about a plot twist.
Caitlin Clark's gonna help it change for the better. All of a sudden, we gonna see Aja Wilson. She may get some more shine because she's that girl. Diana Taurasi gonna get more shine because we know what she brings to the table. Ionescu, she's gonna get more shine. Others, black, white, everything in between. It's about the ladies, now more so than ever.
Now, you might be thinking, no way, that's gotta be a coincidence. But hold up, because here's where it gets juicy. This sports writer named Ethan Strauss spilled the tea in his newsletter. He says Aja's team has been stirring up drama behind the scenes, trying to get Nike to focus on her instead of Caitlyn. And get this, Nike's reason for backing off Caitlyn? They're saying she's too controversial now. But let's be real, we all know what's really going on. Aja's been making such a stink that Nike got scared and decided to play it safe.
It indeed has something to do with the WNBA MVP and Nike athlete Aja Wilson. But beyond Wilson, it's about the culture of the company that's more concerned with quelling noise rather than making it, as Nike once used to.
But here's the crazy part. Nike might have just shot themselves in the foot. People who know about this stuff were saying Caitlyn's shoes were going to sell 60% better than Aja's. So Nike isn't just looking shady now. They might lose a ton of money too. It's like Aja would rather see everyone lose than let Caitlyn have her moment to shine. Talk about being petty.
Nike hasn't produced one ad or commercial featuring Clark since she turned pro, and despite a signature shoe being part of Nike's agreement with Clark, it may not be released until 2026, according to sports business reporter Ethan Strauss. He reports Nike wants to prioritize Aja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for the third time.
This whole thing with Nike is just ridiculous. It's like they had a golden ticket with Caitlyn Clark and then decided to tear it up. In April 2024, right after Caitlyn got picked first in the draft by the Indiana Fever, Nike was all over her. They saw what we all see, a once-in-a-generation player who's breaking records left and right and bringing in more fans than anyone thought possible. But then, boom, in September 2024, just a few months into Caitlyn's amazing first season, Nike suddenly pulls her from all their main ads. And it wasn't because Caitlyn was playing badly. Nope, she was crushing it. It was because some other players, with Aja leading the pack, started complaining and playing the race card. So instead of sticking to their guns, Nike got scared. They thought Aja was the safe choice.
Oh, we need to release Aja's shoe first. Well, no, it's not Caitlyn's fault that you haven't done anything for Aja yet. And maybe think about, why haven't you released something for Aja yet? Is it because you're not sure how it will sell? And if that's the truth, like, that's just business.
But here's the thing. They had a chance to back the one player who's actually changing the game, and they blew it. Caitlyn Clark could have been the Michael Jordan of women's basketball for Nike, and they dropped her like a hot potato. Now they're stuck with Aja, whose stuff isn't even selling well at full price. It's not just a mistake, it's a total disaster. And the worst part, Nike doesn't even see it coming. You're enjoying this content, but did you know it took countless hours to edit? If you haven't already, consider subscribing. Your support means everything and helps me keep bringing you more videos like this.